Hi guys, you're talking to Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta and the Archie Luxury channel. And today I want to say Rolex is not for the common man. That's right guys, I want to talk to you about Rolex and how it's all changed. And this is a very interesting story, and I want to relate this to the audience. A good friend of mine was my boss at KBR, Barry. Barry was a working class guy who decided to better himself through study and hard work. He did many jobs there. He was a drafter, then he went into the IT genre. And one of the things in his personal life that he really loved, he loved quality stuff. And this all started with Barry. Barry was into Nikon cameras, the DSLRs. Barry was into quality hi-fi. Barry had a thing for cars. Barry actually owned an E-Type Jaguar. This is bought in the days where they were very affordable. He had an E-Type Series 1 3.8 coupe. Barry also, one of the things he really wanted was a Rolex. And he went to one of the Brisbane Rolex dealers, Mr. Philip Hall, and lay-byed a plastic Sea Dweller 1665. Not a red one, but a white one. Okay. And Barry had a wife and a couple of daughters, and he paid it off, lay-by. And he finally reached the day when he'd paid the last payment and he got to take home his Rolex Sea Dweller. And that's what happened. Now, interestingly enough, the Rolex market now is very different. When I was a lad, I bought my first Rolex in 1990. An L serial number 1016 Explorer 2. Sold it in 1997 for 7,500 Aussie dollars. And I bought a President. Then I upgraded that President to a newer one with diamond dial, as you do. And then, I bought and sold a number of pieces, but the Rolex which really sung to me was the Polar Explorer 2. I thought that was just absolutely beautiful. And I always had the horse trade, buy and sell, to sort of afford this sort of shit. Bit like Barry. But, I think if I had the money originally, I would have got an Explorer 2. I love that watch. Just so beautiful. So that's the watch. That's the Rolex that I have today. Now, the interesting thing is with these things is that nowadays Rolex has changed so much. See, when I was a lad, early 90s, the Rolex dealer had stock of virtually everything. Okay, the Daytonas were in short supply. Okay. But that was basically it. Everything else you could get eventually. Nowadays, they won't even put your name onto a waiting list. I had a good fan of the channel, Michael in Sydney. He bought a two-tone Daytona white dial from Swiss Concept. And then he put his name down for either a Hulk or a No Date sub. And they told him he'd be waiting a long time and maybe try somewhere else. Can you believe this? This guy bought a Daytona, a two-tone Daytona, and they told him to try somewhere else. They also told him that if you want any of the razzle dazzle Basil World offerings, there's no point even putting it. We're not even taking names for it because it's oversubscribed. It's a completely different market now. I mean, when I wanted my Rolex, I basically, the biggest problem was funding it. The shop had stocks. If I wanted a Seedwell, I could have got one instead. I wanted a Black Dial, I could have got one. If I wanted a No Date sub, well, they were very, very unwanted then. I wanted my Explorer 2. That's the one I wanted. The whole Rolex market now is so different. Prices are really, really high. In 1990, I paid for my 1016 $1,575 and I put it on Amex. The guy sold it to me at cost, okay? So it was a good deal, but under 1,600 Aussie dollars. When I bought my Explorer 2, this one, the current one I've got, well, guess what? When I bought this baby here, my friend Brian picked it up in Melbourne for me. It was 5,000 Aussie dollars. 5,000, what's that? 4,000 US, approximately. It was second hand. I didn't buy new, I buy used. Guess what? You can't get any no-holes case with solid end links. I've got the bracelet as well. This is just humor me. I love the NATO at the moment. I'm going through a NATO phase where I like to fuck around with straps and that. And I gotta tell you, nowadays it's so damn hard to get a Rolex. A Batman, well, my mate Scotty had one. He had to pay a premium from a grey market dealer. He paid over retail. It's a different world. These days now, you can't get stock. Very, very limited stock is available. And I gotta tell you, the whole ball game has changed. Rolex is no longer affordable. In my country, Australia, no date sub, 9,000 Aussie dollars. Batman, 11,000. Hulks. Man, you can't even get your name on a list. They won't even write your name down. The whole Rolex game has changed, man. It's over. It is absolutely over. It's over Red Rover. It's over Red Rover. Do I happy about this? Well, it's kind of a Ponzi scheme. And I gotta be honest with you. Rolex, it's not for the common man anymore. I mean, Barry, my boss, Bazza, he saved hard, got himself a Seedweller. Archie, I saved hard. Well, actually, I put it on Amex. Then I realized that the green Amex, this is how green I was. The green Amex was a charge card. You had to clear it every month. Fuck! Yeah. And then, guys, I gotta tell you this. It's just, Rolex is no longer for the common man. I mean, okay, the common man has never really been able to just go there and just buy, I'll take a dozen Rolexes. It never really worked like that. But the common man, me and Bazza, we could save hard and we could get one. Now, we can't even get our name on a fucking list. This is what's happened with Rolex. It's super I don't know what to say. It's just super, super crazy. So I just want to make this video and say that the Rolexes are no longer the common man's. It's getting out of reach. It's getting out of reach with the common man. He's no longer. It's no longer happening, man. It's no longer happening. This is the reality. This is the reality. This is reality. This is the nasty, pointy end. I don't know what to say. It's just vicious. It's just vicious. It's just nasty. Rolexes aren't just something you can just get. They're very, very, it's hard to get yourself on the waiting list. Admittedly, Rolex does have the perfect answer in Tudor Black Bay Heritage. This is a beautiful Submariner of sorts, isn't it? I think this is the perfect Submariner. In-house Rolex movement. But snobbery being what it is, we all want Rolex, 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 Rolex. So, my honest view out there, get one Rolex. Every man does need one, but get one good sports steel stunner. That's my advice. And then buy some other fun things. I'm Paul Pluta, discussing Rolex market. Tell me what you guys think of that.
Okay.